think we can all make a.
You wanna jump in that video?
You wanna jump, Jada?
No, just say something or just say hi.
Hey guys, I'm right here. I'm actually behind the camera, but what else do I say?
Say
You can
what
just say hi.
you feel about the passage. What stood out to you?
That is a lot. You don't have to.
Sure.
It's fine.
This is fun.
Am I good to go?
Yeah.
This is one of the aspects of Jesus they don't really talk about because oftentimes you hear about Jesus, you think about somebody meek and mild and gentle, but he went in there and he flipped the table. Had a low key crash out moment, and he was like, "Yo, why are you guys turning my father's house that should be a house of truth into a den of thieves?" Dude, it's just a blatant mockery of what the temple should be. No reverence. People are gambling. People are buying and selling, and it was so clear that it was so disrespectful.
Another part of that story that I want to highlight is we can be angry but not sin. Like we can show our emotions of anger because it is a human emotion and we see Jesus expressing that emotion, but he didn't sin. He didn't curse, he didn't fight. He didn't bring himself to the same level as the people that was there. He was very upset, but he did not sin.
Jesus comes across a fig tree the next day, returning back to the city, and upon seeing the fig tree, he was very hungry at that time, so he realized that the fig tree had leaves, but it wasn't bearing any fruit. Let me just read it. Let no fruit grow on you ever again. Immediately, the fig tree withered away. Now, this is powerful, and a lot of times, we kind of gloss over things when we're reading the Bible, but when it comes to religion, a lot of us, we have the appearance of being religious, but we don't bear any fruit. We don't have that spiritual bareness. And the one thing about that is that we can't say that we're Christian and not walk the way of Jesus.
The last part that we read of chapter 21 is the religious leaders, they
Of
came
the
to,
time.
of the time, they came to Jesus asking him a very important question, like a trick question of some sort. Whose authority do you come under? Whose authority do you have to do this? So we're going from him, you know, being upset and kind of throwing the table around, like they're asking, whose authority do you have to do this? And then he answers brilliantly and he asks them a question. He said, whose authority did John have? Was it from heaven or was it from man? And they took a while to answer this question. Why? Is because they calculated in the verse, it literally said, if we answer from heaven, then it would justify Jesus' authority to do this. But if we answer from men, the people will get upset because a lot of people hold John as a prophet, which he was. And by saying that John has authority from man and not God, a lot of people will be in uproar. And they answered by saying, we do not know. So they calculated how they should answer and they came back with, we do not know. And Jesus said, okay, if you do not know, I will not tell you whose authority I'm under. This reminds us that a lot of times we don't have to argue about biblical stuff. We don't have to debate about biblical stuff. Like a
So
lot of
true.
times,
So true, man.
yeah, a lot of times when a lot of people ask this question, like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? And then you're explaining yourself and they just don't want to hear it, just leave it alone. As Jesus just left it alone, and he said, "You know what? I don't have to tell you."
Because at the time, the context was every time Jesus did something, especially in Jerusalem, there was a bunch of questions, a bunch of testing by these religious leaders asking him whose authority. And he's just like, okay, well, I have a better question for you. So for each thing they had to say, he had a really good question to match.
I just want to say we missed like a lot of other points that we made, but you have to come to Bible study
Come on, guys.
to know all of these points. Like we missed the point with the children. Who gives them authority to call you Hosanna, son of David? And God said something very profound about children and innocence that they have. And yeah, and I don't remember, but come to Bible study. Come to Bible study, not this Friday, but next Friday. Again, we'll meet and we'll be probably doing the ending of chapter 21 and going to chapter 22.
So when you come, we're trying to build a space, not just for you to just come and listen, but it's like having that cafe vibes where we sit and we talk and we just learn together and not just talking at someone. So I hope that we're comfortable to come and speak, and we build that environment where we can come and be comfortable and just relax and listen to each other and speak about how we feel.
And to add one more thing, guys, yesterday was my first time being in that Bible study, and I can honestly say that it was a breath of fresh air, being around and being surrounded by people with like-minded mindset. So come by at 8:30, I believe it started. 8:30. So yeah, we hope to see you guys there.
Maybe you'll be sitting here with us in one of these videos. You never know. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.